Hi friends, welcome back to Keep It Simple with Maria. Today I'm here to give you a few tips on how you can land your dream job. I would personally say that I finally landed my dream job at 30, or one day before I turned 30. I kid you not, I started the day before my 30th birthday. First things first, make a list of what is a non-negotiable for you for your job. For example, for me, I made my non-negotiable salary. Next, I told myself that under any circumstance possible, I need to have a job which gives me unlimited paid time off. That means I don't want to work for an organization that's gonna tell me how many days I'm allowed to have off in a year, whether it's 7 days, 10 days, and much less than that will I work for an organization that can change all of those policies. Maria's not gonna work for an organization like that. Next up, I wanted to have something that was completely remote. So I have family in Romania, I have family in Michigan, I have friends in California, Texas, and the biggest challenge for me with jobs and having to be somewhere in a physical location is that I never got to see the people that I love, the people that I've built my life with. So I decided there's no chance in hell that I'm going to continue working a job that I have to show up for physically in person. Next on my list was an organization that does well financially. One that I don't have to worry about whether they're going to be in business or not in a few years. Whereas a lot of the startup companies I was working with, it was a constant fear, and I just decided it's not my company, so I don't want to have to take on that responsibility. The only responsibility I should have is my clients, my accounts. And I also wanted to be in an industry that I knew there was a guaranteed future in. So when I was selling solar, although it was a blast, once all of the laws changed in California, the entire industry completely went into the dumpster. So there were no more career opportunities and yada yada. Based on my own research and based on how I see the future becoming, I decided I want to be in tech. I want to work with artificial intelligence. That is the only future that I see for myself. Of course, before this job, I struggled with probably 10, if not 12 different jobs that just sucked. I would have interviews where they would promise me the world. They would tell me that their financial books are great, but then I would get into the organization and see all of the loops and all of the problems. There was one year, actually 2023, in 2023, I had to start 5 different jobs. And it was so defeating to see that even though I researched each organization and asked difficult questions in an interview, you really can't tell what a company is like until you start working for them. I decided I wasn't gonna give up, and I just have to raise my standards more. If I'm going into these interviews and landing these jobs, but then when I'm getting in there, it's not the experience that they're telling me, I need to raise my standards. When you raise your standards, yes, it might be more difficult to get into that position, but then you're also more likely to be delivered on what you were promised, which is why the competition is higher. Also, for this job that I ended up receiving, I was not their first choice. In fact, they made this offer to another person. They ended up declining, and it took me 2 months before I received a full-time offer, but here I am standing here today. So guys, we make a lot of lists in life about where we want to travel, what do we want to find in our romantic partner, the things that make us happy, bucket lists. But when's the last time you created a non-negotiable list for what you want in your job? Which you end up doing Monday to Friday for at least 40 years or so, give or take. By acting on my decision that I will only work for a company, an organization which checks off every single one of my non-negotiables, it helped me be happier in life. It helped me continue the rest of my life without feeling like I'm a step behind. Now that I've achieved everything I wanted, I'm willing to work harder to keep my job. Now that everything checks off on my job non-negotiable list, I'm more inspired to work hard. I'm more inspired to be there for my family and friends, and I'm inspired to go above and beyond because I want to share the success with everybody else that's ever helped me get here too. I hope that this was super helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments below, what are your non-negotiables when it comes to working? Mwah! Have a great day.